What's up, taste buds? Welcome to the podcast that started a feet account to pay for this podcast.
Yes, put it in my okay. We'll
workshop it.
Yeah.
We need to spitball it, but that's the way it's going, guys. So on that note, smash the subscribe button, follow, do all the things because
except now they're gonna ask for feet.
Fine, I'll sell them to you. They're not free though.
Okay,
no free feet pics, but you can also subscribe to our Substack.
Yeah.
So there's that you can
there
give
aren't
us
any feet on there yet.
Not yet. $5 a month and you'll get lots of good stuff. Like my trip to Spain.
Yeah.
So I just got back. You were in Spain last month.
Yeah.
Yes. You talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, it was great.
I was just in Spain last week and it's just I'm gonna do a whole rundown. A whole
You're gonna stack it up
on all the restaurants I went to in San Sebastian and Barcelona because of course all I did was eat.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's most important whilst in Spain. So yeah, I'm not really going to talk about it here. Subscribe to the Stack.
Yeah.
And you'll get all the info if you're planning a trip. I think it's really good intel because I was there a few years ago and this trip was very different. Things have changed.
Yeah.
So
it's gotten more popular, right?
Oh, yeah. The whole, you think you can just hop around to all the pincho places or tapas bars? That is not really.
And 3 years ago, it was like, oh, San Sebastian, I'll go home and Google it. And now it's like, oh, right. Yeah. I saw that on TikTok.
Everybody knows. Yeah. I also want to shout out Chef Greeny, who was on season 1. His whole dream project just opened.
Yeah?
Mish Deli.
Michigas
Deli, yes.
Where, in LA?
In Los Angeles. It's so gorgeous. Fun. Congrats, Greeny. We know you wanted to do a part 2, so.
Yeah, come back and talk about the Michigas.
Right? Let's go. And a final thing that I wanted to discuss with you, Judith, is the very sad closure of the Times Square Red Lobster.
I know, the one that we love, the chain that we thought was actually quite delicious.
Okay, so if you haven't listened to season 1, we did an episode of chain restaurants. We took ourselves to New Jersey.
Yeah. To
go to Chili's, Cheesecake
Factory.
And what was the third one?
In Jersey?
Oh, Outback Steakhouse.
Oh, we did.
But then we went to 2 fabulous chain restaurants in Times Square.
Olive Garden.
And the Red Lobster. And whilst, I've said that now twice today, what is going on? While we liked Cheesecake Factory the best, no surprise there.
Right.
Apparently
not all of that stuff comes from the same place. Apparently, someone told me, I don't remember who, that they make all that stuff in-house. And I'm like, I don't believe you. It's like
that's the thing.
That's crazy.
They say that they still do that.
Okay, fine. But yes, Red Lobster.
The point was, we didn't hate Red Lobster.
I did not hate it.
We were like, okay, if on a road trip or in the middle of nowhere and we were only presented with chain restaurants, we could go again.
I mean, if we're willing to admit it to the whole wide world that it must be true.
You were telling me something that you were going to admit to me.
Yeah. Okay. So
tell me.
Counter Service. It's a mini chain in New York. They make sandwiches, they bake the bread in house. They do the meat in house, everything.
Okay.
So
wait, it's like the Chipotle guy and an EMP guy or something?
Chipotle guy and a Peloton guy were the money guys. And apparently the executive chef is an 11 Madison Park alum.
Oh, okay.
So Ryan and I ordered sandwiches delivered to the house, and so we were ordering online and I saw a sandwich that sounded delicious. It was roast beef, white cheddar, horseradish, and
I love the horse.
Watercress. Which
hate watercress.
One of the 3 or 4 things that I hate.
You do.
So I said, okay, I'll just take the watercress off when it gets here. So the sandwich arrived. I took the watercress off. I took a bite. I'm like, this is quite delicious. And I said, put the watercress back on just for shits and giggles.
Wait, why would you even consider that? You hate watercress.
I do, but I wanted to examine it.
Okay, I admire that.
I wanted to take a look at the man in the mirror. So I put the watercress back on the sandwich and I took a bite. It was fucking better. It was fucking delicious.
You stupid. Wait, what?
No, I don't hate watercress. I hate watercress when it's used improperly. It shouldn't be a salad. You shouldn't put your fork in a watercress and put it in your mouth. It should be with other things. So chefs of the world, now you know how to properly use watercress.
You have hated this ingredient for your entire life. This has caused havoc in this is And now you like it?
I don't like it. I appreciate it when it's used correctly.
Okay. Well, look at that.
So
well, never
Judith hates it with a star next to it, or a lacrosse, or like one, footnote it.
Okay, that's crazy to me.
Caveat it.
But okay.
Anyway, the sandwiches were quite delicious.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's
Cheers.
Cheers to that with this wine I think it's from Community Wines. Want to sponsor us, Community Wines? Anyway, wow, she likes watercress.
I like watercress in this particular sandwich.
Okay.
So I think maybe we could, explore this. Let's explore it.
We'll test it. We'll make a pesto out of it. We'll do some other things.
I feel like a pesto would be disgusting.
Okay.
But,
Just spitballing here.
Okay.
Let's bring on our guest, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Today we have a real culinary PR powerhouse. We've never had someone on the pod
I'm excited.
in PR, so this is really fun.
Yeah.
She's also like the ultimate hospitality insider. This woman is in every room.
Uh-oh.
She knows everyone. I have that like in capital letters.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And she has spent years masterminding the public image of elite food icons like Daniel Boulud.
Who?
Yeah, we love him.
Oh, he loves us.
He does love us. We'll tell you a funny story about Danielle. She has her own agency called Evyn Block Communications. Welcome to the pod, Evyn Block. Hello.
Thank you so much. It's
Hello,
great to
darling.
be
Thank you
here.
for being
And I
here.
agree with you about watercress. I don't want a mouthful of watercress.
It's gross.
You're not into it.
No.
Not really. It's like if it's mosh, maybe. But it's too close.
It's
too close.
too bitter. Like,
Yeah.
I can go...
Wait, do you not like any bitter greens?
No, what I was thinking...
Radicchio?
Radicchio, it's fine. What's the one that's everywhere?
Arugula?
Arugula. Arugula is bitter, but like I don't hate it.
Mm.
But watercress is fucking gross. No one should eat it except when it's on.
Apparently not.
No,
'cause you just changed
I
your
just
mind.
I'm trying. It's hard. It's hard to change your mind. I'm
Next
working
thing
on
you know,
it.
you're going to be telling me you like falafel now.
Well, don't go crazy.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, quick little segue before we get into you. When we were at La Tête d'Or, we were there with Evyn Sung, and of course, like everyone knows Evyn. So, chef came out and was very kind to us and sent us so much stuff. And Judith and I were speaking to him. And how did this even come up?
I forget, but I was up, but he like sort of pulled me aside, and when we were chit chatting, and then
Because I said, this is my best friend. We host the podcast together. Because I was like, come on our pod.
And it was just him and me talking, I seem to recall. And he sort of pulls me, he goes, "Is she your partner?" And I said, "Well,"
or she said,
naughty.
Is your partner in pod and in life?
And I said, "Well, I mean, I have a husband, but she is my life partner."
Well,
that was so cute.
yeah.
Yes.
He is the most charming man alive.
So
he could say
charming.
anything and
Right.
pull it off.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he was so cute. He just kept coming to the table, and then it was our friend Lucy's birthday, and he came back and brought her like a dessert and a candy. It was just,
he made the night.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
just the epitome of hospitality. So
That's
lovely.
true. He is total magic. There's no one like him.
Yeah,
And what energy.
yeah. So we'll talk all about like you working with him, but you represent some of the coolest names in food
Thanks.
and travel and design. And so let's kind of go back. Oh, because you're from Chicago.
Yeah.
Which you also know our lovely guest, Melanie Dene,
Yeah.
who is season
yay.
3. You guys know each other since you were 5?
Yeah, we went to kindergarten together
That's crazy.
and all of elementary school until she like left for some fancy boarding school. And I didn't even know that people went to boarding school, so I thought she got in trouble. I was like,
being
what happened?
shipped off to military.
What did we
right?
do? No, but that's a long relationship.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
And-
so cool. Now you're
and-
both here in the city.
Yeah, and I didn't see her at all when I was in college, but then when I moved back to New York, there was a photo shoot happening in my apartment in Chinatown, and I wasn't really paying attention to who's the photographer, what's happening, and I opened my door and I heard a woman speaking, and I blurted out before seeing her, "Melanie Dene." And she turned the corner, and I just couldn't believe it. And so since then, we've not
Oh, I
we've
love
not
it.
separated
That is
again.
so cool.
Oh, I love
Very
Yeah.
random and amazing.
Yeah,
and just
real
sort
New
of
York
like
story.
Wow.
destined to be friends again.
Yeah, no, we're really close. It's really lovely.
Oh,
She's
that's
fun.
great.
Yeah.
She's fun. I love hearing her talk about David Copperfield's fake abs. If you haven't heard that story,
His
go back and listen.
derelict
Oh my
apartment or whatever.
Go back and listen to the
Yeah.
episode with Melly. She's hilarious.
You'll want to know.
Yeah. Okay, so you grew up in Chicago.
Yeah.
You spent like 10 years in London. You got your master's degree there.
Yeah, I did.
Smarty pants.
And I fell in love with restaurants there. I think that's really kind of the most important thing maybe that happened there.
That's also
One of
kind of
them.
crazy because I feel like London wouldn't
Like
typically
we would make fun of British food.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
And the early
Totally.
aughts.
Yeah, and everyone did, and the best, food you could get was like, a Pizza Express or something like that. But no, I worked at restaurants, and so I was a bartender at restaurants, and I worked in service at different restaurants, and so that's the time where everybody was sharing kind of info about new places, and you save up all of your money just to blow it all on,
of course.
a meal at Oxo Tower or Bibendum, or like there was a new super fancy restaurant called Quaglino's that was like the size of a cruise ship and so glamorous. And, all of us were just scraping it together to have
Just to be
dinners
able to
there.
go?
Yeah. So, I mean, it was definitely the first wave. And then there were the new, like the pubs that became those, terrible name gastropubs. Like,
Oh, yeah. So you remember
sounds so
when
gross.
everything was a gastropub?
Yeah. It was
Everything
so
was.
hot right now.
It was.
I know. It's it's like the worst branding. Someone had to rethink.
But at the
that
time,
word.
we were like, oh, yeah, let's go to this
gastropub.
gastro.
And all the
Yeah.
guys the bartenders were wearing suspenders and had a curly stash.
Right.
Now
right,
everything's
exactly.
a tavern. I just
Yeah.
read that.
Right.
Everything is
I
a
read
tavern.
the
Back
read
to
the
tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true. People are in love with pubs again.
Right.
It's
It's
a
like,
thing.
Full
okay,
circle
give me
moment.
alcohol and food. Okay, fine.
Yeah, in a relaxed, comfy
Sure.
setting,
Exactly.
and make it a little bit more designed,
Right.
slightly, but not too much. And
Casual, but
got-
chic.
yeah,
Still comfortable.
Right.
yeah,
Still familiar.
So, I mean, a tavern is just a gastropub with a nicer
better
name.
name. Yes.
yeah, much better
with
branding.
a PR
Yeah,
representative.
There you go.
get rid of gastropub.
Yeah.
Number
Right?
one.
First things first.
So you also worked for a lot of magazines, Harper's, Bazaar, W, GQ,
Yeah,
doing their marketing. And then you also worked in media at CNN.
yeah. That was actually when I was in London. I had an internship there that turned into an assistant producer job, which was pretty cool. But that was, that I was doing that while bartending, while also I had like a at Camden Market. I worked the Camden Market on the weekends.
That's
It was like
cool.
all this crazy stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think I liked the energy. I liked everything being really fast paced, and like working on a live nightly news program where, you meet in the morning, you put together the packages during the day, you edit them in the afternoon, and then it's live.
Yeah.
That
They're
whole
prestige
thing.
television shows about that life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I definitely was like an adrenaline junkie. I'm sure that was like part of the whole thing, like restaurants.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I loved like learning things on the fly, and then you're on. You just
Right.
have to do
Figure it out.
Yeah, and so I think that restaurants and news were somehow similar in that way.
I totally see
Yeah.
I see the
I believe
similarities
you.
for sure.
Yeah, but then coming to New York, it was actually really hard for me to get a job here because I don't know what it was. It's like, you're living in London. People don't know what to make of you. They're like, wait, so what? You're so weird. Like, you're just restaurants and this news show, and then you're, trying to get a job in magazines. And then finally, I was so lucky that Bazaar hired me, and I didn't really know half the things that I was doing. They were starting their first website.
What did they hire you for? What was your
A
title?
website?
Nothing to do.
Did the gastropub have a website?
I mean, it was Hearst had a whole new media building,
Ooh.
and anyone that knew anything about technology or video or anything was basically thrown over there. Like, figure it out.
Yeah,
You're
okay.
the expert now.
You
Yeah,
thrive in that.
sure,
Let's
right,
go.
Yeah.
right. So we were all figuring it out, and I remember we did a Q&A that was with Donna Karan.
Ooh.
where people were supposed to send in their questions. And then we realized that after we got through 5, like that was it. Like there were no more questions. And so we're sitting there just like making up questions and, faking the whole process.
Sure.
But, it worked out in the end. And I met some of the best people that are still friends today at that time, like Carrie Diamond from
Cherry Bomb. Yes.
She was working at Bazaar as the beauty editor.
Oh my God, wait, that's so cool. I didn't know she was in beauty before.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
like all of these people met at that time, and some of us actually, segued into food. Some people stayed in fashion, and some went on to tech companies. But it was it was just a really cool time to be in New York at magazines. They had budgets.
Right.
There were like incredible parties. We could work on a lot of exciting things, and we were kids.
Little did you know that you were working on the thing that would supplant you, the websites.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
We're
this
like, these
new weird
websites
thing
will never last.
That no one
Right.
looks at, no one
Yeah.
submits to.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
What a time.
Yeah.
Now we all have-
Really exciting time.
It was super fun. And that was the time when like everybody, I think everybody goes out after work now, but in that time it seemed different, maybe just because there's the whole work from home culture, or it's a little bit more spread out and bifurcated. People are living in different neighborhoods. And this was a little bit more like you're in the belly of the beast during the day. Everybody goes out afterwards. And so
there are no cell
it was,
phones.
Yeah, no cell phones.
Exactly.
We
That's
had-
the
we-
difference.
We had the early ones. We had like Palm Pilots
Right,
and like
right.
that weird stuff.
But it wasn't like take a picture and put it on the internet right now.
Right.
No
and
camera
so, yeah. And so bars were super fun and clubs were fun and restaurants here were amazing. So it was like also getting into that culture of just always going out. And a lot of the first friends that I met in New York were I think I gravitated towards restaurant people.
Yeah.
So some of my best friends worked in restaurants, or we'd go out and meet people at restaurants working there who became friends, which now sounds a little bit weird, but that's just what happened. Like we had a whole restaurant crew of friends.
That sounds
great.
epic.
Yeah.
I assume we're talking about like the 90s.
Late 90s.
Late 90s, early
aughts.
2000s. Yeah. Right
Yeah.
before the cell phones kind of ruined everything. Like you still felt like you could have your safe spaces out at the clubs or
Yeah.
whatever. Everyone was present. Everyone
Yeah.
was talking to each other. It wasn't like
Mhm.
a group of people sitting there looking down on their phones. And
Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
we remember that time,
Yeah,
It was-
Absolutely. And it resonates with me, like the making friends that I guess seems inappropriate now,
Or, like, random,
right.
that
Like,
became-
how did you meet? Like, well, he was our server,
Yeah.
but like, I
Right.
don't remember.
Then we asked
And then
him
there was this
out.
really fun thing.
Yes.
Like,
It used to be way more of a
but
thing.
why
Now people are just
isn't
guarded
it?
and weird. I don't know.
People did, but that's also, I think, age and youth. It's
Yeah.
got to be, right? You're
Oh,
just meeting
right.
at the
I
bar.
forgot I'm old.
Right.
Like,
No, totally.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a
Now
lot
we
of
don't
people-
go out. We're tired.
Right.
But there's a lot of people that say they don't meet people at the bar like they used to, which that part I don't really get, because you're there, you're
Right.
there,
What are you
you're
doing?
talking
Reading
to
your book.
people.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, a super fun time.
So how did you decide, okay, PR is what I want to do and I'm going to move into this lane? And then, of course, take the leap and be like, well, shit, I can do this on my own.
Yeah, it kind of happened. I've never been someone that's had a real long-term career plan, and I've never, sat there being like, where am I going to be in 5 years?
What's your 5-year
So,
plan?
I just am not that type of person.
Me either.
Yeah. But I think what happened is that I was working as a marketing director, hired kind of way above my abilities once again, talked my way into another incredible job as the marketing director for Shiseido Cosmetics.
Fun.
Which was amazing until I realized that I was great at the branding, the writing, like idea generation with Tokyo, and then coming up with the communications plan, but then not so much like watching all of the dollars and cents for the sales associates and all the things you really need to do.
Oh, the whole business thing?
The business
No,
side of
you're
it, yeah.
Creative. Yeah, who wants to deal with numbers? Sorry, Judith, no offense.
Someone's got to do it. I'm pleased to do it for you.
Someone's got to do it. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I'm pleased to do it, but I'll do it.
So
Yeah. So then basically I was really nice. I got hired by the PR firm that had the Shiseido account. There, I wasn't so happy or so, maybe correct for the job internal at Shiseido, but they're like, you would be great running our division. So that
It's
was my
great that they
first.
recognize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and I loved working with those teams. And so I had my first break working with them, which was a company called Caplo. And then at one point, I went out on my own, and part of it was because I had some interest from a few different brands that were going to give me the chance to work independently. Looking back on it, kind of a foolish move. Like, I mean, you've got
who's to say?
you've got
really?
career paths that are like, laid out in front of you that are
Right.
that are promising, and you're surrounded by great people. And what is it in you that keeps on deciding to do something more entrepreneurial, or, another step off to the right or the left?
Adrenaline junkie in you, maybe.
I guess
Yeah,
that's it.
there you
Yeah,
go.
like the challenge
Right.
of it. So I started working for
Figure it
some-
out.
Yeah, figure it out. And being able to do it on your own. But it's really hard, of course. But I started working with some small beauty brands. I started working with some small restaurants and personalities. Like Food Network was, it was new, and so, or fairly new. So it was even bigger in some ways in the consciousness than it is now. And so I started working on these individuals as brands that worked out pretty well. And so from there, I was kind of poached or hired by a restaurant PR firm that liked what I was doing and wanted to expand into things that were lifestyle and not just restaurants and chefs.
Yeah.
So it was a great opportunity because I got to work with some of the best restaurants and chefs in New York and in America, but then also working on all of these lifestyle brands that are associated with them, whether it's design or interior design companies, or
Right.
kitchen companies, or whoever wants to be in that food space.
That's
I
really
was working with
cool
too.
that that was where you gravitated toward,
Yeah.
that whole restaurant energy. And then you were able to find a way.
And that it wasn't just chefs and food.
Right,
That it
yeah.
included all these other really interesting
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of how it's developed back out now. Like I kind of went into a very focused, more hardcore, like throwing myself into every single Epicurean detail and reading every book and going everywhere. Like I really fell in love with food and with chefs and the people in food, really, who are all such passionate weirdos that I love
That's
them
a really
so
good
much.
way of putting it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Passionate
absolutely.
weirdos.
Yeah.
So
and
who was your first client once you decided to branch out on your own?
actually was Chantecaille Cosmetics, which
Okay.
is like now a really well-known luxury brand.
Okay.
And it was amazing that they
don't
took
know.
this chance on me. They're really beautiful, like, like in Bergdorf's and that, kind of international beauty brand. But then I was working for like the Food Network. It was like Donatella Arpaia and
Mhm.
Bobby Flay, and
Yes.
there's a number of like Sarah Moulton. these.
I remember
yeah.
all those early days of the Food Network.
Yeah.
That was like all I watched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was great. And it was really dynamic, and learning how to work with huge events, and also being not quite an agent, but being able to understand the best opportunities for these people and restaurants to be able to bring in revenue. It's not just realizing that to be a communications specialist is one thing, but to be able to find revenue streams for people and to work well with those revenue streams is a skill that it's always been part of my like art and commerce.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you need to preserve what's really cool about this person or
But also
restaurant,
because
and also
Right.
make money. Yeah.
because money.
Because of money, because you've got to, you
Yeah.
have to stay in business.
Right.
So those things have
Unfortunately.
always been very much in my mindset,
So give us the tea, because I'm sure not all of it is rainbows and unicorns. I mean, you're the one that's like behind the curtain helping curate the image of a lot of these chefs and restaurants and brands. Has a chef in particular, since this is in fact a food podcast, ever made your job really hard?
Yeah, for sure. And also it was much harder when I was when I was younger, because you want to prove that you can do anything, you will do anything, you're going to work harder, you're going to work later,
and not be difficult.
So
and
you'll
not be
suck it up and like deal with
noise.
someone's bullshit.
Definitely.
If you want,
I'm not going to be difficult.
If you want to throw out any names, this is a safe place.
I don't think that I can, but there are people that I work with that know who these people are. But
they'll appreciate it.
It's that there are people that I had to figure out. I had to learn how to, even with the most difficult people, they are very good at their craft in different ways.
Right.
It's just that there's the dynamic in a service-based industry that if you have a very big business or you're a big character, you will push it. You will push the dynamic of that relationship of your service provider to a point that's not realistic.
Right.
And it's also not, it doesn't get the best out of anyone. So I think that I had to learn, especially when I started managing people, how to protect them. Like, it's one thing for me to be like, I will be the one to show up and do all this stuff. But, there's a lot of things. I created boundaries for myself, but then also when you're managing also mostly young women, you really have to create boundaries of what's expected. And that's not just coming from men. It's very much coming from women as well.
So how many clients have you fired?
I mean, there's been kind of mutual early in the day realizing, well, this isn't going to work and trying to keep it positive. But what's gotten a lot easier for me over time.
Uncoupling.
Yeah, consciously, right. You're like, this just isn't, it's not you, or maybe it is you.
Maybe it is.
I mean, it's you, but
we know it's you.
It's not me. It's definitely you.
Very clearly you.
But all of the paperwork's going to say it's not you. But no, I think it's gotten a lot easier. It just magically happens that over time you're able to see who is not going to be right for you to work with. And also, even with people who could be potentially difficult, you say things and you set things so early on of what, and it's not saying, here's my boundaries. It's not, I never do anything like that. I kind of can't stand that. But it's more saying, we're making a plan. Here's the plan. Here's what we're going to do.
Here's the track.
Right. Here's our track, and you're on it. And and if it wavers, you're bringing that person back on track. And also their businesses, it's not just like there's one, even if you're working with a great chef, now the infrastructure around chefs in restaurants is built up much more in a great way. There's support structures, there's whether it's, a really smart executive assistant to.
Right. There might be somebody else there to do all the grunt work so that you don't have to.
Or the communication lines are open where you're working with them. You guys, you're a team. And so there's a lot of that that's completely avoided just by
more people
and communicating clearly. But I'm very fortunate that it's happened that way, that you can, or maybe it's also being older. You become more of a, you seem like someone that from the beginning, they're like, oh, you're an adult.
Right.
Like we're the same age. We're sitting here to figure this out.
Right.
You're not, my gopher in high heels, so.
I mean, it goes hand in hand. You are older, and also you know better.
Yeah. I mean, you've been in this business for a very
have
long
one
time.
without the other, unfortunately.
Yeah, but I do think that still in this industry, going above and beyond is really part and parcel. Like if you're not up for it, kind of, communications in a fast-paced industry is not for you. You should find something that's like where, things plan out a year in advance, or consumer packaged goods or something else.
Right. So who are you working with now? You are still with Danielle.
I'm not still with Danielle, it feels like I'll be with Danielle forever.
Okay, so you're just spiritually joined with him.
I do think, honestly, anyone who's worked with Danielle for a long period of time, or even a few years, feels like they're always in service in a great way. Like you were raised by the best and you want to keep on
touched by greatness.
Yeah. And also if you look at like the family tree of everyone who's worked for him, from the chefs to the marketing professionals to people in private events, they've all gone on to run great businesses.
Oh, and I saw you at his birthday party. You're in the inner circle.
That was some birthday party. I
And
could
that
say.
was
I'm sure.
Hats off to his wife.
amazing.
His wife.
It was
planned
like a
the whole thing.
circus theme.
It was amazing.
Ah.
Yeah. Like the whole, like, top hats and an amazing performance. Actually, Daniel's wife, Catherine, did an amazing performance herself, singing and dancing. I'm
Oh
like,
my
she must
God.
have prepared for that for months. Like the dedication.
Yeah.
But she also was a chef. So it's like the hard work, of the.
So cool.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
We're going to make
That's
this
so
the best party
crazy.
ever. Figure
Right.
it out.
Okay, you do work for the Hawksmoor restaurants.
Yeah.
And there's how many now at this point? 'Cause speaking of London restaurants,
And there's one in Dublin. We passed it and I
Yeah.
said, should we walk inside and just get a steak real fast?
real fast, just go and get a really
Yeah.
good
real
martini
quick.
and a
Just
steak.
real quick.
And that's one that I haven't been to yet, which I've heard is actually the most beautiful
Ooh.
Hawksmoor of all. So
Oh,
maybe you can go
outside
back.
was gorgeous. We should have fucking gone inside.
Okay, that's really interesting because I feel like they have really beautiful spaces.
They
I've been
do.
to a few in London.
Yeah.
And obviously the one here in New York is in that stunning building.
Yeah. And the one in
Um,
Chicago is in some ways like, well, it's as beautiful in a totally different, very Chicago way. It's in the old powerhouse building in River North, so where all the cable cars.
I feel like everything in Chicago must be bigger. I don't
It
know
is,
why.
yeah, right. It's bigger scale, like the whole
less
city of
square-
big
I mean,
shoulders.
it doesn't cost as much per square foot.
Or there just is more bigger spaces. I don't know
More
why
bigger
that's
spaces.
more bigger
More bigger
spaces.
spaces. It's true. But that is their secret sauce. The whole thing is that they have, it's, these really like, best, charcoal grilled natural steaks, the amazing cocktail programs, and then the beautiful room. And I think it's like, there's a lot of other things
mean,
they
give
offer
me
that
those
people
three
love.
things and I'm
Right.
happy.
Also, I
Right,
will
that's
say
it.
this because we have a steak club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We go to a different steakhouse each
You've got to
month.
have you guys come to Hawksmoor.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
we have. It was rated very
Oh, you
highly.
guys-
Yeah.
oh,
We have.
I should have
But
checked.
we
that.
will
have
return.
we gone as a club?
Yes, we have. Chucky was the guest. Remember that time? But I will
Oh.
say that where steakhouses mostly fall off is desserts. And the desserts
my
at
God,
Hawksmoor
yeah.
are fantastic.
Oh my gosh, so
that sticky
Carla-
toffee pudding sundae,
Yeah.
my gird. Like it's
Yeah.
Literally.
Yes, it's my gird.
Gird the loins.
Gird. They have great desserts, and they're not just doing the stereotypical ones of like creme brulee, cheesecake,
Right.
the chocolate cake.
Chocolate.
Like Hawksmoor really knows what I mean. They make a fantastic martini. The steaks are fab. The sides are
Cold
great.
I'm glad you said
The
that. though,
room, the
because
desserts,
The
though.
desserts. So that's Carla Henriquez. And so she's called the Queen of Puddings. She runs all
Well, she
desserts for
is.
all the
Puddings.
Hawksmoors. And she is so cool, and her desserts speak for themselves. Some people come just for dessert. They come to the
Yeah, I'll do
bar
that.
and just order
Oh.
dessert. And I'm like, wow, I haven't really seen that before.
No, I
yeah.
can't think of a.
Yeah.
I can't think of. A
Well,
place.
we're gonna be there for a little party, a little collab you're doing next week. So maybe we'll order ourselves some dessert.
Yeah,
while
that's
we're there.
gonna be fun.
a steak and a dessert.
Right. I know. A steak too. I forget it.
I mean, we're there.
We're there.
Yeah, why
Absolutely.
not?
Do you remember that time we were like, let's just duck into Hawksmoor and get a steak? And we got the rump. And then we were like, should we also just throw on the ribeye? Do you remember that?
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did, because the ribeye is where it's at.
We don't
And-
want it
Ribeye is
No,
where
we
it's
don't
at.
feel lonely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We thought we were just going in for a few bites and then ended up ordering
Oops.
2 damn steaks. Just the two of us. That's fine. All right. So you have been in this industry for so long. Tell me about some trends over the last few years that you feel like might be a little bit done or overrated.
Oh God. I mean, there are a lot of trends that are super annoying. Most of them, thankfully, aren't in fine dining. Like, I know that people all say, I'm going to start with what people always say that I don't agree with, which is like, people are like, tasting menus are over. And I don't think that's true at all.
I don't think so either.
I think that's when they're formulaic, when they don't change, when they feel like they're quite stiff and phoned in, when they're way too long. Yeah, like that sucks. I
Right.
don't know. I mean, some people want
Anything
that.
poorly done is bad.
Correct. But also, I think we're just at a point where does anyone really want to be dining for 5 hours? You
Yeah,
know?
I
unless
feel
you're at Alchemist.
Right.
I well,
And
I
there's
feel
a
like,
ball pit.
Right.
yeah, like for me, the only times I've felt like that are probably when I'm on vacation. So that could
Sure.
be something that
Vacation,
people
yes.
want. Or like a long, long lunch that lasts for like, I want it to last like 10 hours, you know?
That is lovely, but I feel like, again, on vacation, you feel
Right.
so much less guilt. And all we do is eat on vacation anyway.
Yeah.
So I fully support the long dinner and the long lunch on vacation.
Yeah. But I do agree things get too long. But I don't think the tasting menu is over. I think that in the right hands, in artful hands, where you're telling a really pretty story and where you're brought on a journey that's not too heavy-handed, I think that it's a really nice way for true artists to express themselves. But that oftentimes, I mean, that's a rare, it's a hard thing to pull off.
Right.
So I think a lot of times if you're in one, you feel like you're stuck there. You're stuck there for the amount that it's going to cost.
Right.
Absolutely.
You're stuck there for time. It's like you start to feel trapped,
Can
and
we
that's
just get
the
the
worst.
last 5 courses right now?
I
Like,
have definitely been there where it's like
Speed it
I
up.
feel like I should feel so lucky, and
Yeah.
that I want it to just be over. And then there's times where you have experiences like a client that I work with is Maro Colagreco of Mirazur in Menton, and I mean, one of the most mind-blowing meals of all time, and a true progression and storytelling and everything. That was a moment that I was like, I
could be here forever.
Yeah, I completely understand it. But it's also the setting. You're right on the sea. You're with people who are service professionals that are not stuffy at all and are so genuine. I think all of that, it's hard to pull off, right?
Mhm.
So I don't say tasting menus are over.
They're just not for everyone.
Yeah, they're not for everyone.
Yeah. If you're
So-
not an expert, you're like, that's expert level. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Because it can be also an ego flex of like, and also it can be, even though it seems like the hardest thing to do, it can be an easier thing to do if you're just like, okay, I want to get stars, Michelin stars, that is, not New York Times stars. And this is the way I'll be able
That's
to
the
get
path.
there. Like, it seems like it's quite formulaic. And that's where I think things tend to lose some of the magic, when you can really kind of see through it that maybe it's more for, it's just for.
They're going through the motions that you're supposed, quote unquote, supposed to go through.
Right. To
Yeah.
get to the place you want to get to.
Yeah, still, it's also that. So even with those people where that might not be for me, it's still, really freaking hard to do what they're doing. So it's not like, it's just, I find that to be a little bit, it's just more boring. It's not as creative as you'd like to have in that level of dining. But the things that I really dislike that I see are more like, I mean, for me, it's like at the high-low end gets me kind of frustrated. So, maybe it's because I don't belong to any private clubs, but I think the private club thing like makes me just
exploding all over the place.
Yeah, I keep on thinking it's gonna like plateau, and it's not, because it's a symbol. I think the reason why
it's the ultimate.
It appeals to
show
people's
of
egos.
Yeah, and it's it's not that the individual private club, if you were to go to one of them, you wouldn't really be impressed, and it's not, not that it's not beautiful or well done. It's the symbol that restaurants, it's the hybrid, like here we're in the AI zone where people are going to be marketed to with such specificity that you're going to have like the old days of, what happened in the airline industry, the experience you have with first class and the experience that you have with coach becomes radically different. It always was different,
Right.
but now it's a whole different world. It's communicated. You are in different worlds, right? So,
and one is better than the other.
Right. You have access to
If
this.
you have money.
And it's always been like that there's expensive restaurants, right? And there's,
Sure.
cheaper restaurants. So yeah, money defines what you're able to experience, and it's always been that way. But this feels a little bit more to me like, I guess I talk with, let's say, women who are in their 20s, and that their idea of like the perfect night out would be if there was a way that they got into, said club.
Those clubs.
And I'm like, well, there's a whole
That's
world out
the
here.
pinnacle of whatever.
Everybody
this is.
wants
Right.
what they can't have, right? The allure of that.
Right, the Woody Allen
That
line.
shiny,
Being
yeah.
a part of, I want to be a part
club
of,
that
the
would have
club.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think like that's not why you live in New York. This is not why you live in a big city like this, is
to float above it. So it's
right.
not experiencing it.
Right. Exactly. And we have like all the best restaurants in the city. Like, why would you not?
Highbrow and lowbrow.
Okay. Well, yeah. Lowbrow is like all of those completely disgusting, like fake flower arches.
Oh my God. Evan, I have discussed this so many times.
I just don't know why this keeps happening.
Deal.
Yeah.
There's more of them.
Like it's bad, and
they
then
just
do more.
They collect dust and they fade.
So
and
they're dirty.
People thought, like, for a moment, and now we're dealing with like ones that have been up for years.
Yeah.
But there was that one moment in time where everyone had the fake flower situation, installation things. My God.
Well, because I was fine when it was like, okay, you know, it's post-COVID. Everyone's got the, you know, I was part of that. Thankfully, I had work during that time, mostly working to set up the outdoor dining for everyone. So whether it was like Andrew Carmelini's, you know, igloos outside of Lafayette. I worked on that. Yeah. Or Gabe Stillman's hammams outside of Fairfax. Or
having fun with it.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I was sort of like the, you know, the outdoor, I don't know, like, I feel like the outdoor slumlord. You know, I'm like, what's next? Because we did yurts for Crown Shy.
Oh yeah, Lilia had little yurts too.
I didn't work on the Lilia ones, but I felt like I was working on all of the different iterations, and then trying to help find like financial partners or promote the outdoor dining. But I'm like, okay, everyone needs to do something. But then it kept like with the fake flowers, like that started. I'm like, oh, that's just something to attract attention. I'm like, now they're still here.
Yeah, they're still here.
Time for them.
The yurts are gone, but the flower installations are not. My God. Ugh. Well, what's more important to you, food or vibe?
I think that food is the most important.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the feeling you have, which really is vibe, it's not like you need to have it designed for you, but the feeling you have when you're in a place, I guess, is vibe. So maybe it is just as important. I don't know. My favorite restaurants are that combination of the best food, but also...
Well, tell us which ones. What are your favorite restaurants? Shout them out. Let's go.
Well, I think my favorite restaurants are ones where they kind of follow... They're kind of similar, I think, which is, you know, it's sad that my true favorites, or where I would probably go again and again, are, you know, I think sadly I'm probably a little bit more classic than I'd like to believe. Like, I think I'm...
Right. There's nothing wrong with classic.
Yeah, I'm like, I think I'm really cool.
I'm too cool to like this.
Yeah. But
like, where do you find yourself returning to?
I love restaurants like Vaudor, or King, or
those women kill it.
Borgo. Like, so they all have a lot in common, right? They're experienced restaurateurs that have been in the business a long time, but they have only, let's say, you know, somewhere between 3 to 5 restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
So they have that ongoing longevity and commitment to their group. So they have a strength of resources to draw upon for staffing and for people that want to work with them.
And they've been around for a while and they know what they're doing.
Right, exactly.
You sense the experience in places like that.
Right. And before you have the food, you know when you walk in. You're
going to be handled right. Everything's in their hands and they got it.
Yeah.
Right.
We got it. Sit down and enjoy yourself.
All good. Relax.
Yeah. That's exactly, those are the types of places I find that I like to go to the most, for that feeling of total, I mean, it's luxury. Those places are luxurious, and it's totally familiar. So you feel like it's special each time, and you feel like it's a true treat.
Mm-hmm.
But it also feels extremely comfortable. But I love so many different restaurants, and that's the whole thing about New York. Like last week, I went to Zimmy's for the first time.
Still
had the best meal, like the true traditional French dishes done in a very simply creative and artful way that was amazing.
Okay, well, give me Evyn Block's perfect New York day. I want you to start with where you're getting your coffee, breakfast, a lunch spot, maybe a snack, and then a dinner spot.
Okay.
Let's hear it from the PR maven herself.
I would say, well, I always wake up. So I wake up in an ungodly early time, which is 6 a.m. Because kids get up then and they go to school.
Go to school.
Yeah.
They're grown-ish. They can get up.
Yeah, I know. Actually, they are. We're getting there. But, so the first coffee of the day is always at Otway Bakery. Great coffee.
In your neighborhood?
In my neighborhood, live in Clinton Hill. And which I think really Clinton Hill is an awesome.
It's such a charming neighborhood.
Huge Clinton Hill booster. But yeah, so you have trying to take it. They open at 7:30, so they're at 7:30, a desperate.
That's kind of late for coffee.
Tapping your foot.
Yeah, desperation has set in, and so yeah, start out there. I don't know. I'm always working. Trying to think where would lunch be. I would think that an ideal lunch would be a Chinatown lunch. If I were going to, I guess, everyone's favorite thaidiner would be awesome if you could just stroll right in there.
That's the dream. If you could stroll right in the thaidiner.
I don't know. I've had luck though going right, 15 minutes before they open and being one of those people. But or Noodle Village or something like that, just going down and getting some really good noodles or dumplings and stuff. I love walking around Chinatown, and I lived here for 13 years, and so even though I have no real excuse to be wandering around Chinatown, I oftentimes, whether I'm coming from meetings or from wherever I am, I kind of just get out at Canal Street and walk around.
Just stroll.
Yeah. And then I start shopping. And then it becomes food shopping. So food shopping for me is
need a little snack.
Favorite day is spent food shopping. So it is going to Aquabest to go get whatever.
Shout out Steven.
Yeah. It's
the best.
It's the best. And so I pretend I have a plan. I have no plan of what I'm getting. So I'm looking at everything with a connoisseur's eye.
Those oysters look great.
Right. And then just wind up getting something of what is there. Or then going to walking down to DePaulo and going there.
DePaulo Fine Foods.
Yeah.
Get yourself some
Grand
fresh
Street,
cheese.
Yeah, Grand is the best shopping street, right? You go from the markets, all of the produce markets to Aquabest to DePaulo for, some dolcetto gorgonzola. I think there's a dolce gorgonzola, I think is what it is.
Or some fresh made pasta.
Yeah.
And God, you just walk in there and you're like, ah.
Yeah. And then you go to, oh my gosh, what's the name of the beautiful Spanish?
España.
Yeah. And that's the best. And getting, so it's basically
all the tinned fish.
All the tinned fish and all the things. So it's that is, to me, that's a perfect day because I feel like I'm providing for my family somehow while I'm still just buying whatever
You're enjoying your life.
Wandering around the neighborhood you want to wander around.
Yeah. And I think that if I could teleport over to Maison Premiere for oysters and cocktails.
Gotta get a seafood tower.
And then wind up, I don't know where I'd wind up at the end. I think it's there's restaurants that I haven't been to that I've been for a party or something. I'm why have I not eaten here that I want to go the most? Ma'am. The Vietnamese. We love Gerald. We love that
You
restaurant.
should go for dinner.
We're obsessed.
I've had bites of his food and I'm holy shit. Yeah. So I would like to then wind up back there. Okay. So now I'm back in Chinatown.
Back in Chinatown.
I know. So I guess it's just I just keep on coming back to Chinatown. Right now. I'm just back in Chinatown.
Here we are in Chinatown.
Sorry.
Yeah. I do want to hear your opinion. Also, I love that New York day. I want to do that. I do want to hear your opinion about how influencers are kind of becoming as powerful as food critics.
Definitely.
I feel like now the critics are not. I've been drinking. What's the word, Judith?
Incognito.
Yes.
Anonymous. They're not
anonymous anymore.
Right.
Everybody knows who they are. But I feel like they have almost pivoted to acting more like influencers. You watch the way that they handle stuff, and now they're making videos. They're taking bites of things online. Suddenly the whole critic world is mimicking almost the influencers. As somebody who has to deal with critics and influencers, how do you feel about this whole power shift that's happening? Because everybody fancies themselves a friggin' critic these days.
Everyone's a critic.
Yeah, I guess so. I think, first of all, I think it's smart of traditional media to use whatever tools work and also are authentic to them.
So I love the videos on New York Times.
I mean, they absolutely have to be a part of it these days.
Yeah, I love the video that they're doing. And I think that it's authentic to them. I don't think that it seems like they're aping influencers. I think it's just seeing like what works. Like we're in this time where we've got to you have to see what works. It started out that it was just like what video's performing best. And I know that that's still the culture, but I think it's just like we all want to, no matter what voices matter more to us, we all want, well, most of us want to have something that is really thoughtful to read sometimes. And a lot of us want to have really great food videos that show process. To get ideas for how to cook at home or to get excited about something that people are doing at the restaurants. And I think that people want some entertainment. And so I think that the mix of it is figuring out what is right for whatever outlet. And I don't think it's wrong to flex those muscles. I think that they should, like media should change. I hope that proper reviews that have a real point of view, positive and negative, don't go anywhere. I like to have points of view offered, and critics themselves, traditional critics have always, I mean, they're human beings. They have total biases.
Right.
Absolutely they do.
There are things that they like more than other things. Frank Bruni loved Italian food and went, all in, and he was a great writer. And I never felt like I was blaming him for that. Like, what, Frank, why aren't you reviewing this restaurant over here that doesn't speak exactly to him? The point is that it's not fair. The whole system is not fair.
Thank you for saying that. And it really isn't.
It's not fair, but it's not meant to be fair. It's about people who are arbiters of taste, who know a lot about food.
Their taste, or
they're different lenses.
We seek out their lens.
Right. And like right now with the reviewers that are at the Times, they each have different perspectives, and they each have a different, like there's real depth they have in different areas. They don't just stay in that lane of picking restaurants to review, but everyone will have a focus of what they want to review. I saw the owner of I don't know his name, but the owner of the corner store,
Eugene Rem.
Yeah, he was really upset.
Wait, was this the clip about him talking about how they couldn't get reviewed?
Yeah.
No one wants to bother to review them.
Right.
I saw that.
Yeah. And I was like looking at it saying, the thing is, like, it's not that they don't deserve, in his mind, he's like, we didn't just create a celebrity hotspot. We've created a place that provides really well thought out and executed food consistently, like a really good restaurant does.
But no one takes them seriously enough to review them.
Right. Because it's like celebrities and pizza rolls, right? That's what people are thinking. But it's the point is, it's not fair. Like, you create a narrative for your restaurant, and the leading narratives define you. They don't, it doesn't mean that everyone, especially if you're a lasting restaurant, you're going to last because people love your restaurant beyond whether they have a Taylor Swift sighting. It's just that who wants to review you or who wants to put you in this group is defined by part of the narrative that you put forward, that you chose.
And so give us an example of a restaurant that you love that has no PR. That would benefit,
invisible, or it could be invisible.
Yeah,
PR,
a place that you're just
really
like,
good.
if this place had PR, they could blow up.
I don't really know, because there are places that I don't think have PR that have blown up. Like there's one restaurant that I can't get into that's in my neighborhood that I'm just dying to go to.
Which one?
Bong.
Oh gosh,
The
we wanna go to Bong
Cambodian
so
house
bad.
party. I'm
Yes.
like, it's like
The
steps away from me, and I can't because the lines open at midnight, and I'm asleep. I'm like, how will it happen? I think my son will have to get me a reservation.
yeah.
He's
Put him to
15 or
work.
14, so
Lucy went. She loved it. She said it was amazing. Yeah, we
Oh.
need to go.
I think there's
We should
lots
all
of
go.
places that don't have PR or that have very like ghosty PR, like someone who is doing it for them, but doing it in a very silent way, which is super clever. But I don't know if I can, if I know a place that I think should blow up, that hasn't. I'd have to think about that one a little
Okay,
bit.
that's
Yeah.
okay.
Get back to us.
I'll get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
We are going to head
Like
into
tonight. I'll
Yeah,
call
get
you.
back to us tonight, please. Text
1
me.
a.m.
Yeah.
I got it.
I also got the reservation at Bong.
We're there.
yeah,
Can we
you guys.
join you? Let's go. Well, we're going to head into one of our favorite segments here on Put It in My Mouth podcast. That sound means it's time for
I don't fuck with that.
fuck with that. So, we've been showing a lot of love, and now you get to stand on your hill and really bitch about something that's pissing you off. Can I go first?
Yes, please. Ooh. Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
You walk into a restaurant, right? They have your information. You most likely, 9 times out of 10, have a reservation. They have your name. Technology is doing its thing these days, blah, 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 blah. And then you sit down and the server's like, have you been here before? Shouldn't restaurants know
they
at
know
this
if
point
you've
in
been there
time
before.
if you have been there before?
Well,
Yeah.
but what if you were there as somebody's guest?
Look,
Oh, that's
it's
true.
Sure, they're not, but the person, aren't we at the point of technology with Open Table, Resi? I know that this is Blackbird's whole thing is trying to,
Thank you for
Thank you.
coming back.
Yes.
This
thank you for
pleasure
coming
to see
back.
you again.
Yes, creating relationships. But shouldn't it be at this point, we have the technology that people should just
We can
be
make him better.
making tiny little notes? That has been
Yeah.
here before.
Mhm.
Did this, liked that. Like, it's such a small step that restaurants can do to go above and beyond and make you feel special.
Yeah.
We have the technology.
Really good point.
Why aren't people
This is
doing
a
this?
Damn good point.
Thank you, Judith. I've
Yeah.
been thinking about it for a long time.
Wow. No, this is wow.
And I think that's the promise of AI, right? That's where we're at, which is I don't know exactly how it's going to unfold and how the technology crosses over to the human element in the restaurant and
Right.
the front of house
We will
staff.
see. Sure.
Yeah. But I do think that's where it's going, right? I mean, that's going to be one of the positive aspects of AI is that they're going to be able to really analyze, some people say in a creepy way. Some people might say, I want you to know that it's, that I'm, that I hate sunchokes, like,
Likes watercress
Yeah.
sometimes.
Only sometimes.
Judith, what do you not fuck with?
Okay. So I've been marinating on this. When is a mess on your table leave it alone mess? And when is it like someone has to clean it up mess? Because I'm a messy eater.
Mhm.
Okay.
that's
But-
where Laveau d'Or has a good solution.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's their
They
solution?
have these red and white checked napkins. So when you make a big
You can make a
mess,
messy.
Yeah, they put it over your mess.
they don't like clear it off and wipe it off or have the little they just put down a really cool looking napkin
Yeah,
over what
they
you've
do.
done
Let's just-
in a way that looks very artful, and then they're off.
You
And you're
haven't
like, oh,
been.
They're like,
terribly
no one saw
messy.
that. We didn't see that.
I mean, I absolutely have a phobia about making too much of a mess, and I just wonder where the line is. Like, I don't fuck with a server making me feel bad for being a messy eater, you guys.
Your parents did have to put you in the
In the
bathtub to
bathtub,
eat when you were young.
because I was such a mess.
yeah, I don't think anyone should shame you. There
Yeah.
are plenty of messy people.
But I understand, as someone who's been a server, like, there's a mess there, clean it up. So I don't know. I don't know if I
if you're
fuck
not
with
a
that.
messy eater, I'm not. Are you eating? I don't.
Right.
It's like
No, that's a
gotta-
good point.
you're
Thank you.
You have
Thank
to
you.
spill something, in every life, on every tablecloth.
If you're being too careful, then
you're not doing it right.
boring.
you're not in it.
Yeah.
Evan, what do you not fuck with?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I think that when you go into a cafe or restaurant and the first thing that you notice is that it smells like bleach.
Ooh.
You know that
Or
moment?
Fabuloso.
Yeah, Fabuloso.
hate-
I
The purple
hate-
Fabuloso.
I hate that smell
Yeah.
so much.
It really
Yes.
makes you ill.
Yeah.
like,
Yes.
And then you have to leave. Like there's no getting past that point.
It's not a
the-
pleasant clean smell.
No.
It's like,
okay,
I mean, I'm glad they
thank you for
cleaned.
letting me know
Yes.
that
Yeah.
you cleaned.
but
Yeah,
this
good
is,
job.
yeah. No, there's such
I
a
won't
thing as too
call
much.
the health department on
No,
you.
but that's like you're walking into a
And
bathroom.
also, what are you
know?
covering up?
Yeah, I mean, I just, there's got to be, that's just a very bad choice. And so that I'd say is not like,
and
don't
everyone's
fuck
just
with that.
continuing on with the Fabuloso. I just,
It
It's
smells
not-
so.
not-
I do
Fabuloso.
not fuck with
No.
that. I do not fuck with that.
Okay, I'm glad you're in agreement.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
I'm trying to think of other things. So I would say that there's lots of ways that I think I think one of the hardest jobs, having been in service, is to know how much or how little to speak to guests, because some people really want you
The
to
spiel.
Yeah,
Yep.
they're there because they want you to talk to them. And then
Some
there's
people
other
want the whole thing.
Yeah.
Some people are like, leave me to myself. I can figure this out.
Right, so
and
there's-
you have to figure it out as a server. Read your tables.
Right. And there's no handbook for this.
Right.
This is just understanding people. But I do think we could change the how's everything tasting situation.
Yeah.
I don't, especially if your mouth is full of something.
Give them the thumbs up.
Right.
These are real good.
They're like, how is everything tasting?
Yeah,
And you're like,
I've never
don't-
said anything other than, oh, it's delicious. Thank you.
right.
Do you have a suggestion for how to change that as a PR word person?
I think we were all right for many, many years saying, how is everything?
Yeah.
Or like,
Sure.
How's everything
Yeah. Is
tasting?
everything good? Or is it's just, first of all, like you cannot express how everything is tasting. It's like technically, they don't want to know that. They don't want to know, actually, do you have a minute? Like you might want to sit down.
You're like, sit down, server. Let me
yeah.
talk to you about this. I have
Describe
notes.
these flavors to you.
I have a lot of ideas. And also, it's just a little bit gross, like to just think about how everything
Okay.
is.
You guys hear that? You guys hear that?
Stop saying it.
Stop
It's weird.
asking us that. Oh my God. All right. We have come to the end. We've come to the end. It
Oh.
goes by so fast.
It goes
It
so
really
fast.
does. You guys have been the best.
No,
You guys,
you've
I
been
love,
the
I
best.
love
So-
watching your podcast.
Thank
I
you
love it.
so much.
Yeah.
It's so insightful to have you. Like, I have so
Yeah,
many
we've
more
never
questions.
Had someone with your point of view on before, and
Yeah.
I think we should do more.
I really have a million
There's
questions.
a lot of amazing people in the marketing communication side of things that
Hell
have
yeah.
some
Send them to
some
us.
stuff for you.
Yeah.
Can we do a quick round with you?
Yeah.
First thing that comes into your head? All right. Here we go. Ready? Your go-to drink.
Oh, okay. I just had it. Phil Ward makes an Alaska at the Long Island
Bar. Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out Phil.
That is gin. It's shiso infused gin. And then he puts a little bit of yellow chartreuse
Mhm.
and orange bitters. And then he sprays it at the last minute with the shiso infused gin.
Oh.
So you're smelling what you're tasting.
Yes. Phil is a master.
Yes.
Everybody loves Phil.
Yes.
It is. All right. What's your favorite slice in the city?
You know, I'm going to tell you, I'm not a big pizza person.
Okay.
I know, which is
Wait,
like thumbs
Chicago
down. I know.
and New York.
And I worked at pizza restaurants, so like I know the whole all the sensual. Maybe that's why I'm not a pizza person.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, but I think the best one is Razza in New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
We have to go out there.
Yeah.
I have been talking to him since
Yeah.
we started about
It
getting on this
really is-
podcast.
It's a whole different. Like to me, pizza is like bad pizza is good pizza. Like a slice, the corner slice is
This is
perfect. I love whole
absolutely my-
pizza.
yeah.
This is her thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
all
like
of
the
pizza is
best
good.
pizza.
No, it's all delicious.
I disagree, but that's
It's
for
all
another
good
time.
pizza. Yeah.
But I think until you go, then if you go to like Razza, you're like, oh, this is like,
a
'cause
next
it's
next
like
level.
the level of the ingredients. It's a totally different thing. It's like,
Yeah.
it's
and
not
his
even
care for all of it. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
So.
Okay. Best New York City neighborhood for dining.
I'm gonna say I think it's still probably it's got to be Williamsburg, Greenpoint still, even though
Greenpoint's exploding right
Yeah.
now.
Unfortunately,
Where are
It's so
you?
hard to
I know
get
it's
there.
too far for us. Where are you, or too hard to get to on the train? Where are you taking out of towners?
Depends what their thing is. Like, so there's some friends that just came in from London and they love great restaurants, but wanted something in Brooklyn. So I took them to Sailor.
Great.
Yeah.
Still haven't been.
Mm-hmm. It's
God.
great.
So yeah, you're hitting like
I need
all
that.
of our
I
not
need,
been on.
I need that chicken. What is your hype song? I know you're a big music girly.
Yeah, like hype song.
Yeah, just like gets you going for a day, or like you're strolling through Chinatown. What's in your
I don't know.
earbuds?
I mean, it's not that it's that's like it's everyone's, but like Prince. It's like everything Prince all the time.
Hell yeah.
Same thing with Melanie Danae. I'm sure she said the same thing.
I don't remember what she
Yeah,
said.
I'm
We
sure
need to
she
go back
did.
and look.
There's no doubt about it.
If you were not in
we'll do
PR, what would you be doing?
I think I might be one of those like Fora travel agents. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, planning
Coming-
travel for people.
Yeah.
That speaks
Yeah.
to me as well.
Absolutely.
It very much
Because
speaks
you
to
do
me.
it for me. For
I
free.
do it
Yeah.
for all my friends.
Yeah, I do it all the time. So I'm like, how can I stop doing the work I'm being paid for
Right.
to create some customized itinerary for someone?
I mean, start a
Yeah.
side quest.
Yeah.
Evyn Block Travel. You know, let's go. I'll work for you. Splurge. Where's your next splurge meal going to be?
I'm thinking about the summer, and I get to go to London for work in a little while. So I think I'll probably go to Bouchon Racine, which
Amazing.
is Henry Harris's French
I'm
restaurant.
trying to get to London for one day for our anniversary, which is July 1st.
You
and
should go to
Brian
Bouchon
will
Racine.
be flying to London that day.
Yeah.
It's really bad for an accountant to be away on the 30th, the 1st, and the 2nd, but I really want to do it.
I think you should go to Brat for lunch.
Okay.
And go to Bouchon Racine for dinner.
Okay.
There you go. You got it. What would your last meal on earth be?
I think it would be just oysters and anchovy stuffed olives
Yes.
from a
Mm.
can
Yeah.
Mm,
and really, really fine white burgundy. I love that.
Wow.
that's beautiful and perfection.
Yeah.
If there ever was some. And what has been the best thing you have put in your mouth recently?
I think that was at Zimmy's. We had tripe with these
I
beautiful
saw it on your story.
homemade panisse.
Tripe is hard to do well.
Yeah, it was silky and just kind of awfully enough without anything tipping over to a point of,
Ooh.
I love that.
non-deliciousness. It was great.
Oh, when tripe is good, it's so
But when
good.
it's bad, my
It's so
mom
bad.
made it, and
Yes,
it's the
it's
4th
not
grade, and I'm
fabuloso.
coming. I can smell it from 2 blocks away as I'm coming home. But we're gonna drown it in tomato sauce. So it's
Oh
gonna
my
be
God.
delicious.
Yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah.
Evan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys.
this was
really
Thank you
fun.
guys.
Appreciate it.
You're the best.
Down to do a second
And let's
Part
go
two.
out to dinner to all
Yeah.
these places.
My
that
God,
we
I
haven't
know,
been to.
right? You're like
Let's plan a
reminding me.
trip. Let's take it on the road.
Let's
Ooh.
do this.
Yeah, put it in my mouth. Where?
Ooh, takes it on the road.
Put it in my
Venezuela.
mouth everywhere. Let's
to
go.
London. Oh, it sounds like maybe London.
I
Yeah.
see a collab in our future. Let's go. Can the people find you anywhere? Do you want people to follow you?
Well,
Like-
I'm just Evyn Block, so that's easy to find me.
Yo, she's-
EVYN. There's not a
She's
lot of them.
EVYN. She's everywhere. She's doing all the cool stuff. She's at all the parties. She is a woman about town. Thank you so
She's
much.
about it.
We are Put It In My Mouth pod across all platforms. Follow, like, subscribe, the Substack, all the
stars
things.
Put stars on it.
Thank you. Yes. Leave us a review.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since we've had a review. So
Yeah, just it's good. Period. Is good.
there you go. Just
That's good enough.
we like a lot.
Yeah,
Exclamation point.
Maybe 2 exclamation points.
3 if you're serious.
Okay, no, that's too many.
Okay. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out to Chinatown,
you.
guys. Judith, I love you.
I love you too.
All right, y'all. See you next time, Taste Buds. Bye.
What is I like it? What I like it. I like it. Yeah.
Put It In My Mouth podcast is recorded in New York City at WTF Studios and hosted by Lala Zimsky and Judith Basich. It's produced by myself, Lala Zimsky, and entirely self-funded. So if you would like to support or sponsor an episode, please reach out to putitinmymouthpod@gmail.com. We would love to take your money. You can also support us on all socials across the board at putitinmymouthpod. Our intro and outro segments were created by Tyler Milliron. Our theme music was composed by Javier Dunn. Our editor is Saeem Asif. Please leave a review. It means the world to us and helps us get seen. Thanks for listening.